Hey there, thanks for agreeing to be a client for me to get hours towards licensure. I just wanted to kind of go over what we were going to cover in our sessions together and walk you through the form that I'm going to have you fill out. So you'll see this first page just asks about occupations, interests, demographics, a little bit about practitioners you might be working with, reasons to come to a nutritionist, goes a little bit into medical information, family history, medications and supplements you might be taking, any herbal supplements, see pregnancies, physical activity, sleep, some questions about lifestyle, stress, significant life events. And then we get into the metabolic screening questionnaire. And what you're going to do is you're going to use this point scale. And you're going to put a 0 if you've never had the symptom, all the way up to a 4 if you frequently have it. And then going on to the next page is different symptoms you might be experiencing. So each of one of these sections pertains to a different system in the body. So when we see a lot of yeses in one section, it kind of clues us in as to what might be malfunctioning, what section might be malfunctioning, or needs additional support. So please try to be as honest as possible. So you'll fill this in, and there are quite a lot of sections. I think there's 10, nope, there are 11 total. So then you'll get into the nutrition frequency questionnaire, just asking how often you consume or drink a certain food or beverage. So example, caffeine, say you have it twice a week, you'll put 2 here and you'll write exactly what you have, coffee, tea, soda, etc. And then the very last page will be your 3-day food diary. So I do ask that you do fill in all 3 days and try to be as specific as possible, including the amount of food you had. So if you have pasta one night, write 1 cup of whole wheat pasta or whatever it is. I'm going to use this information and plug it into a system called Chronometer, and it's going to spit out if there are any deficiencies, any nutrients you might be lacking in your system based on what you eat. Maybe what you're getting too much of, the breakdown of macronutrients, so protein, carbohydrates, and fat, and just really allows me to see the whole picture of what you're consuming. So this form is going to take you some time to fill out, and you're probably wondering why all these questions are necessary. We're really trying to understand the whole you. So integrative and functional nutrition is looking at the whole person, not 1 or 2 things that might not be working well or that problems that are happening. We're looking at everything to try to understand who you are and what we can do to help you in every aspect of your life. So yeah, please be patient when you're filling it out, and please try to be as honest as possible. So when we meet the first time, we'll go over this form. I'll try to give you some suggestions and handouts, as well as maybe some supplement recommendations, things like that. And then at the end of our meeting together, we'll do what's called a nutrition-focused physical exam. And it's not invasive at all, so don't get nervous. It's looking at things like your eyes, your hair, your nails, your skin, taking your blood pressure if we're in person, doing measurements if we're in person, just to try to understand your body type, and those things that I explained, like your skin and your nails and your hair, those look at possible deficiencies. So for example, if I notice your skin's really pale, the inside of your eye looks kind of pale, it kind of signals to me there might be an iron deficiency going on, and then it would prompt me to ask you additional questions. So just because I see something doesn't mean you have a deficiency. It just kind of sparks interest to me and allows me to look into something a little bit further, if that makes sense. And then we'll have 2 follow-up sessions after several weeks. We can kind of discuss together how much time is appropriate based on your needs. So in those sessions, we'll go over some things that are working for you, what might not be working, how you're feeling. I might request another food diary from you, and then your opportunity to ask me any questions that you have. And those sessions will most likely be a little bit shorter than our first consultation. So I think that's it. Some things to keep in mind are that this is totally confidential. I'm not sharing this with anybody. I will be asking my mentor for help and support and guidance, but your personal information will not be shared. It's all protected. Just another thing to note, if you're uncomfortable filling anything out on the form, if it gives you anxiety, if you don't like talking about it, don't do it. There's no pressure. I want you to feel comfortable. with everything that you do. So definitely, I respect that, and I respect everything that you want to tell me and what you don't want to tell me as well. So that being said, I thank you so much for agreeing to do this. It's such a big help for me. I can start accruing some hours. I need 1,000 hours to get licensed, so it's a lot. So every little bit helps. So thanks, and I'm excited to work with you. We'll talk soon.